Welcome back. In this video, I will discuss k-nearest neighbor algorithm with respect to discrete value target function, real value target function, and distance weighted k-nearest neighbor algorithm. K-nearest neighbor algorithm is one of the most basic instance-based learning method. There are other methods like locally weighted linear regression, case-based learning, and so on. This algorithm assumes all instances correspond to points in n-dimensional space, which is represented as Rn here, where n is the number of dimensions and R is, you can say that, the attribute value here. This is a real value. The nearest neighbor of an instance are defined in terms of Euclidean distance. It is not hard and fast so that we need to calculate only Euclidean distance or something like that. We can use different distance techniques to identify the nearest neighbors. The one which is having the lowest distance, that will be considered as the nearest neighbor or something. Let us assume that there is an arbitrary instance X with feature vectors something like this. A1x, A2x, ANx, where A1, A2, AN are the features or the attributes of xth instance in this case. Now, if I want to calculate the distance between the two instances, let us say that xi is the one instance and xj is the another instance. If I want to find the distance between these two things, which is represented as this one, that is d of xi xj here, that is how it is represented, and the formula to calculate the distance d of xi comma xj is equivalent to square root of summation of r is equivalent to 1 to n ar xi minus ar xj bracket square. So the value of r will go from 1 to n is nothing but the number of attributes here. So in this case, if you look at this particular case, we have n number of instances. So it will take a1 first time, a2 second time, and last time it will be an. And xi is the attribute value of xith instance, and this is for xjth instance. Let us take an example here. Let us assume that xi is something like this, that is a1, a2, a3 are the attributes, and there is a target here. Similarly, for xj, we have a1 and then a2, a3. These are the three attributes will be there for the second instance also. Now, if I want to find out this distance between xi and xj, which is equivalent to, you can say that square root of, and then we have to write it something like this: a1 of xi minus a1 of xj bracket square plus, you can say that a1 of a1, it will be a2 of xi minus a2 of xj bracket square plus dot 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 dot. So once you solve this particular thing, we will get the distance between xi and xj over here. Usually, as I said earlier, the k-nearest neighbor or any nearest neighbor algorithm has the two kind of target functions. One is either discrete valued, another one is real valued in this case. So first we consider the discrete valued target function and then try to understand k-nearest neighbor algorithm here. The discrete value target function is represented as something like this, where Rn is the feature space is represented in n-dimensional space, and V is target values. The target values are discrete. They may be countably finite, or you can say the finite numbers in this case. Okay, and k-nearest neighbor algorithm for discrete value target function looks something like this. It has two parts. This is the first part and this is the second part. The first part is a training algorithm and second one is the classification algorithm. In training algorithm, the training examples, let us say that xi comma f of x. X is the instances and fx is the target value of that instance. This is added to the list of training examples. So we don't do anything in that at the time of training. We just add this particular thing into that list of training examples. That's it. But whenever we want to classify the new instance, let us say that given a query instance xq, I want to classify this particular xq into one of the classes, we go to this classification algorithm. So what we do here is we will identify the k examples from the training examples. Let us say that x1, x2, x3 till xk examples. From these particular training examples, they are nearest to xq, sorry, they are nearest to xq. So we need to identify the k nearest examples to this particular xq. Once you identify that particular thing, we will find the value of this function, that is f cap of xq. Based on this, we will decide whether this belongs to the first class, second class, or whatever the class present in that particular target here. Now this function is argmax of v belongs to v, summation of I is equal to 1 to k, delta of v comma f of xi. So what is this particular argmax? So this particular function is evaluated based on the number of values present in v. For example, if we have two values, it will be evaluated 2 times, and then based on the value we will assign one of the value to the new example. If the number of values present in the target is 3, then it will be evaluated 3 times. Based on that value, again we assign one label to the new example. Now what is this one? This particular thing is delta of v comma f of xi. That is, as I said earlier, we will take the possibilities of the target function. F of xi is the target value of the kth instance. Okay, the kth instance. If delta of v comma f of xi, if both of them are same, that is nothing but these two are same, then we go get 1 as the value. If they are not, we are going to get the value as 0 here. So that is how actually this particular delta function looks like in this case. We will take a very simple example to understand this particular equation. Let us say that we have 5 examples here. The first example is this one, second example, third example, fourth and fifth one. These are the 5 examples we have. We have been given height and weight, and the target values are 2 possible values are there. One is medium and another one is you can say that large here. Whenever we want to classify this new example, we have to find the nearest neighbors, and then based on the nearest neighbors we have to assign the label here. For just understanding purpose, I will take the value of k as 3 in this case. Okay, I have to find the 3 nearest neighbors, the meaning of this one. So I will calculate the distance of this example with respect to all these examples. I have already calculated it. The first distance is this one, second is this, third is this, fourth is this, and fifth one is this. Based on this, we have to identify the nearest neighbors. So what is the value of k? I have said the value of k is equal to 3. So I will identify the 3 minimum values here. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Now once you get the minimum distances, we will name those particular values, or you can say nearest points, based on the minimum distance. You can say this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Now we will try to understand how this particular function works. Okay, so we have to solve this particular function, as I said earlier, based on the number of possibilities in v. So right now we have 2 possibilities, one is medium and one more is large here. So we have to solve this particular thing for 2 times. V is equal to medium and v is equal to large here. And it can be written something like this. If you can say something like this, f cap of xq is equivalent to, you can say that delta of medium comma f of x1, and then plus delta of medium comma f of x2 plus delta of medium comma f of x3. Here x1, x2, x3 are the nearest points here. Okay, so now delta of medium comma f of x1. What is f of x1 here? It is medium, so I will write medium here, plus delta of medium comma f of x2 is what? Large here, so I will write large here, and then plus delta of m comma again large, because the third one is also large here. So if both of these things are same, that is a is equal to b, the meaning is it is 1, so this will be 1 here, this will be 0, and this is also 0. So 1 plus 0 plus 0, the value of this particular function is 1 in this case. Similarly, we will try to find out the one more possibility, that is second one, when the value of v is equal unto, you can say that large, that is f cap of xq is equal unto delta of large comma, so first one is what, medium here, so I will write it directly, plus delta of second one is large comma, what is the value we have here, this is large again, so I will write large here, plus delta of large comma large here. Now the value of this one will be 0 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. Now if you compare these two things, f dash of xq in this case is 1, and in this case it is 2 here. So definitely when the value of v is equal to L, we are getting the maximum value. So the new example will be classified, this example will be classified as the large example in this case. So this is how actually this particular function works. So I hope you understood how the k nearest neighbor algorithm works with respect to the discrete valued functions here. Now we'll take the second possibility, that is the real valued target function. So in real valued target function, the target function, or you can say the function, looks like something like this, f of Rn to R, where the attributes are represented in n-dimension space, and the target is also real valued in this case. The algorithm looks something like this. Again, we have two possibilities, one is for training and another one is classification. At the time of training, we just save this particular instance or into our training example into a list of training examples. We don't do anything. Whenever you get a new example to be classified, let us say that xq, we will go to classification algorithm. We identify the nearest neighbors, as I said earlier in the previous slide. With the same note, we will identify the nearest neighbors. Once you found the nearest neighbors, we use this equation now. The equation is very simple here. The equation is summation of I is equal to 1 to k f of xi divided by k, where k is the number of nearest points. Just for understanding purpose, we will consider it as 3 here. So I will take the same example here. The difference is the target is real valued in this case. We don't have discrete possibilities, we have real values in this case. Again, the process is same. We need to identify the nearest neighbors. Based on the value, we need to assign the numbers. In this case, the k value is 3, so the 3 nearest points are first one, second one, and third one. As per this equation is concerned, once you find the nearest neighbors, we need to find the f dash of xq for I is equal to 1 to k f of xi divided by k. So here we will add all three, that is 1.8 plus 2.1 plus 1.7. That is nothing but f dash of xq is equal to 1.8 plus 2.1 plus 1.7 divided by 3. I think it is 5.1 divided by 3, which is equal to 1.7. So the new examples, this will be classified, not classified, it will be assigned a value 1.7 in this case. So this is how this k nearest neighbor algorithm works with respect to real valued target functions in this case. So in this video, I have discussed how can we apply the k nearest neighbor algorithm to real valued target functions as well as to discrete valued target functions. In the next video, I will discuss what is the distance weighted k nearest neighbor algorithm and what are the advantages of that over the simple k nearest neighbor algorithm. I hope the concept is clear. If you like the video, do like and share with your friends. Press the subscribe button for more videos. Press the bell icon for regular updates. Thank you for watching.